Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Well, it is tax time, and you know what? We're going to talk about some, scams, so you don't get got as it relates to tax time. Everybody's getting their documents together. You should have gotten your W-2s. Some people are going to their accountants. Some people are going to, tax preparers like H&R Block and things of that nature. But there's a scam that's been out for a long, long time, and I'm going to talk about it. And it is the ghost tax preparer. So we're right now at the IRS website. And what's a ghost preparer? Okay, that's a person who doesn't sign your tax returns. And I know a little bit about this. About 30 years ago, probably 29 years ago, I had just started working in my profession, and someone was like, girl, you need to go to so-and-so to get your taxes done because they do taxes good. And I got back all this money, and I was like, okay. So I went and let this person do my taxes and gave him my W-2s and stuff. And I got back a nice little penny. But what happened was I ended up having to pay back money. And it was probably the next year or the year after that. And they were like, well, they said I had given a whole bunch of money to charity. Now, I was probably 20 something years old. So I hadn't given any money to any type of charity, but they put this whole large amount that I had given to charity. And so when they had called me and I went down there to the IRS office, I think it was downtown Brooklyn. They were like, did you give money to charity? I was like, no, I don't got no money to give to charity. I just finished school, college. They were like, did you look at your tax return? I said, no, not really. The person that did it, I paid him, but everybody said he was good. He would get you back money. I ended up having to pay back money. That was like 29 years ago. And after that, I started doing what you call TurboTax, but I'll talk about that. So let's look at here. Beware of ghost preparers who don't sign your tax returns. That guy who did my taxes, when I looked at it, there was no signature on it. So there's nobody to trace back. There's nobody to be liable. You're liable. So it says the Internal Revenue Service reminds taxpayers to avoid ghost tax return preparers who refuse to sign returns can cause a frightening array of problems. It is important to file a valid, accurate tax return because a taxpayer is ultimately responsible. And that's the bottom line. I don't care if you get Joe Schmo or whomever or whoever around the way in the projects. I'm telling you, don't do it. It says ghost preparers get their scary name because they don't sign tax returns they prepare. Like a ghost, they try to be invisible to the fact that they've prepared the return and will print the return and get the taxpayer to sign it and mail it. For e-file returns, the ghost preparer will prepare but refuse to digitally sign it as the paid preparer. By law, anyone who is paid to prepare or assist in preparing federal tax returns must have a valid preparer tax ID number or PTIN. Paid preparers must sign and include their PTIN on the return. No signing a return is a red flag that the paid preparer may be looking to make a fast buck like that man did, but ultimately it was my responsibility by promising a big return or charging fees based on the size of the refunds. Okay, so what's some of the identifiers of an unscrupulous tax preparer who hold on one second. Let me bring this up because I don't want your face to be looking like these people in this picture right here. Okay, so what are some of the identifiers of an unscrupulous tax preparer? Hold on one second. Let me move this over. Okay. What are some of those signs? Okay, so we're going to talk about that right quick because it's tax time. I know people want their money. They require payment in cash only, and they will not provide a receipt. They invent income to qualify their clients for tax credits. So I don't know. There's a lot of people who get into fraudulent documents and stuff. I don't know. There's people who can make fraudulent documents. Okay. And they invent income, but people don't understand the IRS, I think, is wired electronically your income. Claim fake deductions. This is another thing to boost the size of the refund. So there were some people I used to know back in the day, and this person was in the PJs. That's what I'm saying. Don't let the person, Loretta, down the hall in apartment 2A do your taxes. Just because everybody, see, what everybody didn't tell you was 2 years later, they were having to pay back money or provide. This is what happened to some people that I knew. They went to Kiki up the hall, who did taxes, was not an accountant, had never been to accounting school, but was pretty much a bookkeeper. And this person did taxes and got people back a lot of money. What Loretta didn't tell the people was that she was using dependents of other people to get them back deductions. They were claiming fake deductions. So that's like claiming a fake deduction, giving you, and then you reusing the same dependents. So people ended up having to pay back thousands of dollars, of course, with interest that's accruing, I think, daily, compounded daily, if you go to IRS. And you don't want to be sitting there looking like these people. So those people got their returns, but in the end, I think it was maybe 2 years later, they had to pay that stuff back. And like for 5 years, they were messed up because they had to pay back the IRS. So don't go to Loretta up the hall. They claim fake deductions to boost the size of the refund, and they direct, this is the other thing that I heard had happened. What had happened was they direct refunds into their own bank account. So they get you this refund and then they redirect it to their bank account. Not the taxpayer. They get it. So that's what I'm telling you. Don't go to people around the way, LaQuisha, or Loretta or John up the hall or up the street or wherever. I'm telling you, go. I would rather you go to like a H&R Block or whatever like that, or try to prepare it yourself with TurboTax. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened with me with TurboTax. So after I had got burnt that one time, I started doing my taxes myself with TurboTax. But if I knew better, I think I've gypped myself out of probably well over $100,000 in returns had I used an accountant, because I really just was doing the basic deductions and doing quick and easy type way versus anybody else doing it for me. Now for the past 7 years, I've used an accountant. You don't want to be looking like these people. Even the child right here, he's surprised because he's like, Lord, I owe money. Okay, so my recommendation is to go to a preparer who has that PTIN number. Go to a licensed public accountant who does taxes for a living. Okay, a CPA. I think everybody who works, I don't care how rich or poor you are, you need these things in your life. You need somebody that's a doctor, maybe a nurse. You need a lawyer, and you need an accountant in your life, and a financial planner. All of those things are a necessity in your life. I think no matter who you are, you need to know, you need to have an attorney that you know on speed dial, a nurse or a doctor in the family, primarily both, a lawyer that you know, primarily on speed dial, a certified public accountant, become more, monetary, literate as far as finances, and to have a financial planner in your life to help you, because some of these things we don't know. I don't know accountant jargon and the laws as it relates to the IRS, right? So and that's why you pay these people to do that, because if you don't, you will end up like this person. I'm telling you, I was doing TurboTax for like 15 years, just doing my basic, not deducting things that I should have been. I probably have gypped myself well out of $100K easy by using. You do not want to be standing up, getting audited, because you're going to have to pay that money. And a tax audit is not fun. So it's better, you pay up front, or you're going to pay in the end. You see these people faces right here. You see that judge back there saying you should have paid your taxes and did what? Yes. So guys, ghost tax preparers are real. Okay. They don't sign your tax returns. Make sure they sign their tax returns. 1. 2, don't go to people in the projects or around the way. I'm telling you, you're going to get a refund, or you might not get one because they may reroute it to their bank account. And what are you going to do? Try calling the IRS and getting somebody on the phone. Okay, and talking to somebody and telling them that you went to LaKeisha up the hall in apartment 6B, and LaKeisha got your money, and she's on Instagram right now posing and cheesing with your income tax return. So my thing is, go to a reputable place. If you can't do it yourself, go to a place like H&R Block or those places that do them legitimately, or get you a CPA or an accountant that does taxes. That is what they do. They know tax law. And take your paperwork to them and get your taxes done. Get it filed, get it done the proper way. So let me know what y'all think about this. I had to come and let y'all know because it is tax time. People are getting their tax returns. I'm going to do a story on the grifters because, honey, Valentine's Day and tax time go hand in hand. You got people who need a place to stay and they know you about to get your taxes. Honey, they might be being real nice to you right now because they know you about to get, some money in your account and they want some of it. You know what I mean? But I wanted to talk about these tax scams because it is nothing like y'all, getting a letter from the IRS. I'd rather pay up front than that because the IRS, it's just like the federales. They're the feds, right? You owe something. They start calculating that interest from the time, that you owe from, it could be 2 years ago. That interest starts to accrue. So you might as well put the money up front, pay your taxes up front, or get somebody who is knowledgeable, educated, knows tax law, knows what to do, and pay the money. It doesn't pay to be cheap like this. Because I told you, I've missed, if I have been using the accountant I've had over the past 7 years, if I would have used them for the past maybe 15, I would have had probably well over $100,000 that I've left on the table from trying to call myself doing TurboTax. Okay. Calling myself doing TurboTax. How many of y'all use TurboTax? How many of y'all use an accountant? How many of y'all use an agency like H&R Block? Let's chat down below. Let me know what y'all talking about. And I will see y'all. Come on, y'all. Do not get scammed this tax season. There's some other tax scams that are out here. And I'm going to bring you some videos about that so you don't get got, because some of these people are real good. If we haven't learned anything from some of these stories on this channel, people can make fake documents. They can make fake lawyers office and law firms. They can do all of that, fake birth certificate, fake everything, and bamboozle you. But when it comes to your money, try getting your money back from the IRS. I mean, for real, there's so much fraud going on. You have to have established relationships with people. A financial planner, that's something that I didn't have in the beginning. I know if I would have been using a financial planner from 20 years ago, baby, I'd be in good financial position because they know things that you don't know. And sometimes that's why they're professionals. You pay them for the knowledge that they have that you don't have. Okay, so I'll be back with some more tax return schemes. Don't get got this year, y'all. And don't let them grifters be coming up in your house talking about, baby, I love you, I miss you, I want you back. Because they know you're about to get you a tax return. And that goes for men and women both, because you got male grifters and you got female grifters all the way around. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that little bell. Don't have your eyes popping out like these are. Okay, or you don't want this picture where you are standing in front of the law judge on account of your taxes. Okay, just get you somebody who knows the law and knows what to do. I'm telling you, it will be a life less of worries. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell, and I will see you on the next upload. Peace, and I'm out.